Okay, students, we're going to go ahead and learn all about sentence fragments. Just so you know, this is already glued into your language arts notebook under the grammar section. So if I scroll up, it says sentence structures. We filled all of this out already as a class a couple weeks ago. And so you just need to go back to this page and look at the bottom half so that we can fill out this section. So sentence fragments are sentences that are missing one of the following three things. So you can follow along and write down in your notes with me. If you need to push pause and grab your notebook and everything, go ahead and do so. And then you can push play when you're ready. But this is what we're going to write in our notebooks. A sentence fragment is missing either a subject or a predicate, or it is a dependent clause. A sentence fragment is missing either a subject or a predicate, or it is a dependent clause. If you want to have a little reminder about a clause, that's like a set of words, and a dependent clause means that it depends on another clause in order for it to be a complete sentence. An independent clause is something that can stand all by itself. And this is a refresher from up here because a run-on sentence is when two independent clauses are put together incorrectly. This is the opposite. This is when we just have a dependent clause all by itself, or it's just a subject, or it's just a predicate. So to make sure we understand that definition, we're going to go through these 8 practice sentences together. And you can go ahead and fill them out in your journal as we go along. So first we have, because we have been walking for a long time. So first we have to check that it has a subject. Let's see. Yes, it does. It says we, so it has a subject. Next we need to make sure that it has a predicate. So we're going to look and see. Yes, it does. Have been walking for a long time. So you might be tempted to say, okay, well then this is a complete sentence. It is not a sentence fragment. But let's remember the last thing that it has to have. It has to be an independent clause to be a sentence. Because is a subordinating conjunction. This is at the beginning of the sentence, a conjunction at the beginning, and it kind of sets us up that we need to have something after it. Because we've been walking for a long time, you can kind of just sense or feel it. It's leaving you hanging. What? What is going to happen because we have been walking for a long time? This is a dependent clause. That makes this a sentence fragment. All right, and you don't have to do yours in all capital. I'm just trying to make it stand out for you so it's easier to follow along. Number 2, they haven't gotten here yet? Let's go through our checklist. Does it have a subject? Yes, it does. They. Does it have a predicate? Yes, it does. Haven't got here yet. Is it an independent clause? They haven't got here yet. Yeah, that doesn't leave me hanging it. It's a complete idea all by itself. This would be a complete sentence. So this one passes the test. Next we have, she is running as fast as she can. Let's go through our checklist. Is there a subject? Yes, she. Is there a predicate? Yes, is running as fast as she can. Is it an independent clause? She is running as fast as she can. Yeah, that doesn't leave us hanging. It can stand by itself. This is also a complete sentence. Now we have number 4, the large red and yellow bird. Let's go through our checklist. Does it have a subject? Yes, the large red and yellow bird. It does have a subject. Does it have a predicate? I don't see anything that this large red and yellow bird is doing. It is missing a predicate. Therefore, it has already failed our test to see if it's a complete sentence. It is a sentence fragment. All right, number 5. Many grateful subjects brought gifts to their king. Many graceful subjects brought grace to their king. Let's do our checklist. Does it have a subject? Yes, many grateful subjects. There's our subject. Does it have a predicate? It does. Brought gifts to their king. Does it stand by itself? Is it independent? And if it's dependent, it's a sentence fragment. If it's independent, then it's a complete sentence. Many grateful subjects brought gifts to their king. That can stand by itself. It doesn't leave me hanging. I'm not missing kind of like a then what like we did with number 1. So this is also a complete sentence because it has a subject, a predicate, and it can stand by itself. It's an independent clause. Now we have number 6, 7, and 8. I want you to pause the video and I want you to try to fill out these last 3 by yourself. And then once you have all 3 filled out, then I want you to push play again and see how you did. So you can kind of try this independently and on your own. So I'll push pause, fill out 6, 7, 8, and when you're ready, push play. Okay, let's see how you did. Gracefully falling down the stairs. This is a sentence fragment. The reasons it's a sentence fragment is because we don't have a subject. Who is gracefully falling down the stairs? We have the predicate, what they're doing, but we don't have anybody or anything that's doing it. Therefore, it is missing a subject. Therefore, it is a sentence fragment because the definition is that it's either missing a subject or a predicate or it's a dependent clause. All right, number 7, while we are waiting. This is a sentence fragment. Oops. The reason this is a sentence fragment is because it does have a subject, we, it does have a predicate, are waiting, but it has this little thing at the beginning that kind of sets us up for, okay, while we are waiting, what's going on while we're waiting? It needs another clause in order for it to be a complete sentence. Because this is a dependent clause, while we are waiting, that makes it by definition a sentence fragment. Last but not least, since we are going to be late, let's call and let them know. Let's see, does it have a subject? Yes, it actually has 2, we and let's. Does it have a predicate? Yes, it actually has 2, are going to be late and let them know. And this is one dependent clause and one independent clause put together, and it's done appropriately. We can see this comma here. Since, there's that kind of subcoordinating conjunction, since we are going to be late, we have to set something up. That can't stand by itself, but luckily they have included what we're going to do about it. Let's call and let them know. That makes this a complete sentence because it does not pass our 3-question test for a sentence fragment. It does have a subject, it does have a predicate, and it is independent. So that concludes our video lesson on sentence fragments. Again, if you need more practice or more help, there is a quiz attached with a link on the online checklist. In fact, I'll show you right now. Whoops, wrong one. It is right here under grammar. Click here for an optional 10-question quiz to see how well you have it down. You just click on this and boom, you've got yourself this little quiz you can take. After that quiz, if you feel like you're still having a hard time, again, feel free to sign up on this beautiful thing right here on a language arts slot, and I can certainly help you with some one-on-one help. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.